Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about simplifying square roots. So when I have a problem like the square root of 5 multiplied by the square root of 2 plus the square root of 5, the first thing I have to do is multiply the square root of 5 times the square root of 2. So 5 times 2 is 10, so we end up with the square root of 10. And now what we have to do is multiply the square root of 5 times the square root of 5. So this gives us the square root of 25. However, we're not finished yet because the square root of 25 is a perfect square. So we can rewrite this equation as the square root of 10 plus 5. And that will be the final answer. Let's do another problem. So in this problem, I have the square root of 3 times the square root of 5 minus the square root of 3. The first thing I want to do is the distributive property. I want to multiply the square root of 3 times the square root of 5. That's going to give us the square root of 15. And then I have to multiply the square root of 3 times the square root of negative 3. So a positive and a negative is going to give us a negative, right? 3 and 3 makes 9, so I have the square root of 9. Now, are we done yet? No, we're not, right? Because the square root of 9 is a perfect square. So in other words, I can rewrite this equation as the square root of 15 minus 3. And that will be the final answer. Let's do another problem. So now we have the square root of 5 multiplied by 2 times the square root of 20 plus the square root of 3. Pause, take a minute, see if you can figure this one out. Alright, so if you guessed it, we're going to distribute the square root of 5 to the first term, 2 root 20, right? So when I distribute the square root of 5 times 2 root 20, I end up with 2 square root of 5 times 20 is 100. Now let's do the next term. We have the square root of 5 times the square root of 3. So 5 and 3 is going to be 15. Can we simplify this equation? Yes, we can, right? Because 100 is a perfect square. So 10 times 10 is 100. So we can rewrite this equation as 2 times 10 plus the square root of 15. And 2 times 10 is just 20, so it'll be 20 plus the square root of 15. That will be the final answer.